Bro, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. So find a comfortable seat and grab a drink, because this time I'm presenting 10 stories about Chelsea off the pitch that you probably didn't know. I hope to reach 300 likes. By liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide as much news as possible and as interesting as possible for you. And finally, please comment where you're from. I'd love to know which countries are watching this video.
Cole Palmer had a night he'll soon forget. The Chelsea midfielder started as number 10 in England's 1-0 defeat to Japan at Wembley, but instead of making a difference, Palmer's performance fell far short of expectations. According to national media reports, his performance was slow, lacked sharpness, and he lost possession several times at crucial moments. Most painfully, one of Palmer's losses resulted in Japan's winning goal. In his 59 minutes on the pitch, Palmer failed to show the magic touch that made him so feared last season. He didn't register a single shot on target, failed to beat an opponent on 2 dribble attempts, and recorded a passing accuracy of only 77%. Despite creating 2 chances, his performance was still deemed sloppy and ineffective. Goal gave him a 4, while BBC was slightly more lenient with a 6, but one common thread was the same. Palmer lost possession too easily and failed to control England's attacking rhythm. This is clearly a small wake-up call for Chelsea. After giving hope with an impressive cameo against Uruguay, Palmer again looked like he hadn't fully found his best form. His talent is undeniable, but nights like this are a reminder that stardom also comes with immense pressure. Now the question is, was this just one bad night, or is it a sign that Palmer is still not fully back? Chelsea has once again been rocked by comments that could inflame the dressing room. After Enzo Fernandez first sparked speculation about Real Madrid, now Marc Cucurella has opened the door to a future in Spain. The Spanish left-back admitted to always considering a return to La Liga, even hinting that an offer from Barcelona would be very difficult to turn down. While he insists he's still happy at Chelsea, such statements are clearly not what Blues fans want to hear at a time when the club's situation is fragile. More pointedly, Cucurella also openly questioned Chelsea's decision to sack Enzo Maresca. He argued that the team was actually more stable under Maresca because the players understood the system well. He even suggested that the mid-season change of manager had a major impact and was a source of instability for the club. Furthermore, Cucurella also highlighted Chelsea's transfer policy, which focuses too much on youth, which he believes leaves the team lacking experience in big matches like the thrashing by PSG. This is what makes the situation feel dangerous. When key players start talking about leaving, then openly criticizing the direction of the club, it's not just an opinion, it's a warning sign. Chelsea may still have the foundations, but if the senior players start to lose faith, the project could falter sooner than expected. So the question now is, how many more of these voices will emerge before Chelsea truly implodes from within? Chelsea received another serious warning ahead of the end of the season. This time from Paul Merson, the former player turned pundit, believes the Blues could be in serious trouble if they fail to qualify for next season's Champions League. It's not just about prestige or money, but about the threat of losing their best players. 2 names that have been highlighted most are Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, whose futures have been constantly linked with speculation. According to Merson, top players always want to play on the biggest stage. If Chelsea again fails to qualify for the Champions League, the temptation to leave will become increasingly real. Enzo has made several comments that seem to suggest his future at Stamford Bridge isn't entirely guaranteed, while Palmer has also been linked with other big clubs. And while Chelsea have the protection of a long-term contract, that doesn't mean they're completely secure. To make the situation even more dangerous, Merson also touched on Chelsea's business model. If a big offer comes in, the club could be tempted to sell even for a player of Palmer's caliber. This means the threat isn't just about players wanting to leave, but also about whether the club is ready to let them go. The remaining 7 games now feel like they could decide the fate of Chelsea's project, because if they fail to secure a Champions League spot, it won't just be a ruined season. The team's future could be in tatters as well. So now, who will survive if Chelsea fails again? Malo Gusto finally spoke out about the heated situation at Chelsea, and his statement was quite interesting. The young Blues defender admitted that the mid-season dismissal of Enzo Maresca had shaken the dressing room. According to Gusto, the sudden change of coach was a major change that took the entire team by surprise. He even called the situation quite complicated, as all the players had to adapt quickly in the middle of the season. Despite this, Gusto displayed a very mature attitude. He emphasized that Liam Rosenior deserves the Chelsea manager's position because he possesses the quality and talent to lead a team of this size. Amidst the ongoing criticism, Gusto continued to defend the coach and urged the entire squad to believe in the project being built. He believes Chelsea must stick to the game plan, maintain confidence, and then let time tell. Most interestingly, Gusto also admitted he doesn't fully understand why Rosenior is receiving so much criticism. He considers the coach a top coach for the future. This isn't just a casual defense, but a sign that there are still players who truly believe in Chelsea's new direction. The question now is, will this belief from within the dressing room be enough to turn things around for the Blues? Amidst the still gloomy atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea have at least one thing keeping fans looking ahead to next season with a smile: the hope of new faces. Two names that have begun to be mentioned are Giovanni Quenda and Emmanuel Emega, players believed to bring fresh energy when the summer transfer window opens. In fact, some believe fans should be excited about their arrivals. However, in terms of expectations, the reality is that these two names haven't quite matched Estevao's aura. That's the comparison that keeps cropping up. When Estevao was announced, many fans felt Chelsea had landed a potential superstar who could instantly transform the club's future. Meanwhile, Quenda and Amaha, while still considered promising talents, haven't generated that kind of enthusiasm. Neither has played a single minute of football since 2000 due to injury, which has certainly dampened their hype somewhat. Still, in Chelsea's current situation, a little hope can feel invaluable. When the team's form fluctuates and the futures of several key players are in question, the arrival of young talent always fuels renewed optimism. But the question now is, will Quenda and Amiha really be the big surprises next season, or are they just another hopeful who has been burdened with expectations too soon? Since BlueCo took over Chelsea from Roman Abramovich, the club's direction has changed completely. And if you look at the big picture, the results are quite surprising. During the Abramovich era, Chelsea often changed managers, but trophies kept coming, and the Champions League was almost always their home. But since BlueCo came in with promises of building for the future, the reality has been far from stable. Chelsea have instead been dragged into their most uncertain period in years. The first season was immediately a wake-up call. Thomas Tuchel was sacked, major projects were launched, hundreds of millions were poured in, but the result ended in a 12th place finish, worse than anything seen during the Abramovich era. The following season saw some improvement under Mauricio Pochettino, and Enzo Maresca brought some hope with a top 4 finish, a Conference League finish, and a Club World Cup. But all that momentum was shattered again after Maresca left in January. Chelsea suffered a humiliating Champions League exit, and Liam Rosenior struggled to maintain the team's direction. Most shockingly, when looking at the Premier League table since the BlueCo takeover, Chelsea is only 7th. They're still behind Manchester United, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. These aren't just statistics, they're a reflection. Huge sums of money have been burned, managers are constantly changing, but an identity hasn't yet been established. So the question now is this BlueCo project still being built, or is it slowly crumbling before our eyes? Chelsea is once again rocked by controversy, and this time the spotlight is coming from a club legend. John Obi Mikel reportedly launched a sharp criticism at Enzo Fernandez after the midfielder's comments about Real Madrid sparked outrage among fans. A statement like, "I love Madrid," is certainly not what Chelsea fans want to hear from one of their most expensive players, and Mikel didn't stay silent. The former Blues midfielder emphatically stated that Chelsea is not a stepping stone to other clubs. He argued that if a player's heart is already in Madrid, then they should no longer wear the blue shirt. For Mikel, Chelsea is a great club that should be respected, not a stopover before moving on to their dream destination. His message was simple yet deeply penetrating. In his era, players fought for the badge on their shirts, not for future transfers. These comments immediately escalated the situation surrounding Enzo, who has been repeatedly linked with a potential departure. With the team's unstable performance and the Chelsea project's future under constant question, comments like these only heighten the pressure. Now the question is very clear. Is Enzo still really fighting for Chelsea, or are fans witnessing the beginning of a separation that can no longer be hidden? Amidst a storm of poor results and persistent dressing room rumors, Chelsea finally received a significant signal from within the squad. Malo Gusto publicly confirmed that the players still have full confidence in Liam Rosonier. As pressure on the manager continues to mount after 4 consecutive defeats, this statement felt especially meaningful. It wasn't just a mere defense, but a direct message that the Chelsea dressing room hadn't broken down as many had suspected. Gusto urged the players to continue believing in Rosenier, trusting in his style of play, and sticking to the plan. He even described the coach as honest, humble, passionate, and genuinely eager to instill his passion for football in the team. Interestingly, this defense came from a player who wasn't even a regular starter during Rosenier's tenure, making his words even more powerful and honest. However, Gusto also acknowledged the inevitable reality. The mid-season dismissal of Enzo Maresca came as a shock to the team, and changing systems quickly is no easy feat, especially for a young, inexperienced squad. So Chelsea's problem wasn't just tactical, but also forced to adapt too quickly. Now the question is simple. If the players still believe in Rosenier, will management be patient enough? Or will this project be stopped again before it has a chance to really grow? Chelsea have reportedly taken a firm stance on Enzo Fernandez's future. Amidst persistent rumors about his desire to seek a new challenge this summer, the Blues are said to have set a price tag of around £100 million for the Argentine midfielder. This figure sends a clear message. If a club is truly serious, they will have to come with a big offer, because Chelsea has no intention of letting Enzo go cheaply. This situation arose after Enzo reportedly grew frustrated with the club situation and opened up the possibility of leaving, especially after he repeatedly signaled his interest in the prospect of playing in Spain. Real Madrid's name was immediately linked, fueling speculation. However, despite the persistent rumors, Chelsea remains in a strong position. Enzo's contract runs until 2032, meaning the club has full control of the negotiations and is under no pressure to offer discounts to anyone. Interestingly, recent reports suggest that Real Madrid are not truly prioritizing Enzo at this time. Their focus is reportedly more on Rodri. So for now, this saga is far from over. Chelsea have set a price, Enzo is starting to look shaky, but his main suitor has yet to make a concrete move. The question now is, will £100 million be enough to keep one of their most important players? Or could it be the start of a big farewell at Stamford Bridge?